welcome to News 9. I'm Nishchita, and first up, well, the Bagalkot borewell horror continues. In fact, distraught Timana's father has written a letter to Deputy Commissioner of Bagalkot, Hanumanta Hatti, has pleaded with the district authorities to stop the rescue work as it is destroying his fields and ruining his livelihood. But on the other hand, the digging continues. On one hand, though the district health officer had almost confirmed that the little boy might not have survived the ordeal, considering it's been way too long. In another 2 days, it will be a week since the incident took place, and the child has been stuck inside. The foul smell emanating indicates that he might have passed away already, but the rescue officials cannot stop at this juncture. They're continuing to dig. On the other hand, family members of little Timana are going on to state that on one hand their child has died, but the rescue operations have only destroyed their fields, which is their lone source of livelihood. And that is exactly what Hanumanta Hatti has continued to tell on several occasions. He has come out and said that he has taken the loan of 17 lakh rupees to dig the borewell in the first place. That failed. He has lost his son, and now his lone source of livelihood is also lost because the land has been destroyed to a great extent. Though S.R. Patil, the district in charge minister, has assured that all possible help will be meted out to Timana's father, Hanumanta Hatti seems pretty adamant on his demand for the digging to stop. He's gone on to claim that if the rescue operations should continue, they should just extricate the body of the little boy from the borewell itself instead of digging the parallel pit, which has practically ruined his land and has ruined the livelihood of not only himself but his family. Well, Hanumanta Hatti going on to plead the officials to stop the work as he feels that it is only causing more damage to his family. And well, the State Cabinet's decision to reject the final list announced by the KPSC on the 21st of March for the 362 posts of gazetted probationer belonging to the 2011 batch was met with protests. The candidates continued their dharna overnight at the Freedom Park. The list was rejected following rampant corruption in the selection of candidates. The government has filed criminal cases against KPSC members as well. The Criminal Investigation Department has conducted a probe and submitted to the government a report highlighting malpractices in the examination system conducted by the KPSC. A cabinet meeting presided by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah had discussed the list submitted to the government by the KPSC in detail and rejected it. Well, in fact, these were the scenes witnessed in Freedom Park last night as several KPSC chosen candidates staged a dharna. They went on to say that they are being unnecessarily penalized for no fault of theirs, despite the fact that they have not only worked hard but also worked hard for several years to get this posting and to get the ranking, and they do not want to go through the entire process again just because the officials had been corrupt. And well, have you invested in any gold saving scheme with your jeweler? If you have, then we suggest you stop, as the entire scheme has become illegal according to new laws.
It's a common practice in many parts of the country to invest in monthly gold saving schemes run by various jewelry outlets. There are largely two schemes. In the first one, the customer deposits a fixed amount every month for a chosen tenure, and at the end of the installment period, the jeweler contributes a month's or 2 months installments, and the customer can buy gold worth the maturity amount. In the second scheme, the customer deposits an amount every month, and the jeweler will buy gold worth that amount monthly. At the end of the tenure, the customer can buy ornaments worth the money that has accumulated with the jeweler. But the newly enacted Companies Act 2013 makes such schemes completely illegal. The new law has imposed several rules. Rule 2(1)(b) of acceptances of deposits defines all these collections as public deposits. The rule caps the return on deposits to 12%, which is less than what gold firms are offering now. The Act also states that the collection of deposits should be within 25% of the net worth of the company.
all along you have been running it without proper licenses. Now, for example, what happens if there is a scheme which says that 100 months a customer would pay certain amount, at the end of 100th month, he would the person, the entity who is running this scheme would give them the worth of gold or a gold ornament, which would total up to a lakh of rupees. But what about the right of these entities to do this kind of an indirect banking act? Because collecting money, keeping deposits, all these are the acts that could be done only by a banking institution under a license issued by the under the Banking Regulation Act by the Reserve Bank.
In the aftermath of this legislation, many gold and diamond outlets have discontinued the scheme and are asking their customers to collect their deposits and are paying interest on a pro rata basis. Tata-owned Tanishq issued a public statement about stopping the scheme and asked its customers to take back their deposits by 31st of August. Several other major outlets in the city like Kalyan Jewellers, Geetanjali, Sai Gold Palace, RR Gold Palace and others have stopped the scheme and are in touch with their legal experts to get more clarity.
ಈಗ ಏನು ಈ ತರ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗೊಂದಲಗಳಿದೆ, ಇದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಲೀಗಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಜ್ಯುವೆಲರಿ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ರಿಟೇಲ್ ಶೋರೂಮ್ಸ್ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಕರೆಸಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಜ್ಯುವೆಲರ್ಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಸಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ಲೀಗಲಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ನಾವು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಏನು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಈ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವು ಗೊಂದಲಗಳಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸರಿಪಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಸದ್ಯದಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ಸಭೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
The companies have time till the end of March 2015 to wrap up the scheme, but several smaller outlets continue to receive new deposits. In the meanwhile, the jewellers are working towards drafting a new scheme complying with the new act. So, if you are still continuing such a scheme, ask your jeweller for a refund or a clarification. Harish Upadhyay, News9, Bengaluru.
And while Prime Minister Narendra Modi is preparing his first Independence Day speech, Modi, along with the help of other union ministers, is preparing a list of NDA's achievements in the 70 days of their rule.
Independence Day is just around the corner. The NDA seems to be leaving no stone unturned to make Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first Independence Day a very special one. The NDA has formed a team of 4 union ministers to prepare his first Independence Day speech. The team includes Minister of Communications and Information Technology Ravi Shankar Prasad, Human Resource Development Minister Smriti Irani, Union Power Minister Piyush Goyal, and Union Minister of Chemicals and Fertilizers Anant Kumar. Apart from this, information officials of various ministries have been asked to provide 5 key points about their departments, which would be included in his speech. Modi aims to tell the nation about the NDA's achievements in 70 days of their rule so far. What do the BJP leaders feel?
We have seen a 70-day scam-free period in India where no kind of corruption charges, no kind of scams have occurred. This itself is one of the biggest achievements. And secondly, and most importantly, a note has been taken as to how the economy of this country has to be revived. And this itself is a humongous task. And we have seen that in the parliament, bill after bills are being laid down and they are passed. And I believe Mr. Narendra Modi, before the elections, had promised, and post-election he has got a mandate for 5 years to prove that his promises would make India a powerful and a strong country.
The achievements list is so long that I'll call it monumental. The government has started working. There was a policy paralysis. For everything, be it FDI, be it economic policies, everything is now rapidly moving.
It is believed that the NDA will be holding a meeting on August 9th in which the ministers will discuss their achievements so far. Modi will then give the finishing touch to his speech and highlight the achievements on 15th August. What does the Congress think about the NDA's plan?
I think it is difficult for the Prime Minister to give the list of achievements. It is surprising for me that what achievements, what kind of list he is going to provide to this nation on 15th of August. We are waiting, nation is waiting.
I'm sure that they will repeat all their promises which they made to the people. They think that, by this rhetoric, they can still keep the people with them. But public opinion is changing very fast. People feel cheated by the BJP. In 65 days or 70 days, whatever is the time in between, people feel totally, disgusted.
Modi is also mulling announcing future plans. What will they be and how far will he be able to fulfill them is what remains to be seen. Sanjay Dikshit, News 9, New Delhi.